Stadium in Cleveland, Ohio. Today, it's a Week 9 matchup set to go here between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns. The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? We'll see a return here from the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Set. 24.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And a short pickup to about the 25. These two teams matching up for the second time this year. Their first meeting back in October, Week 6. And it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. From the 25 on second down, Watson. And his throw is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test them early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, here's Watson. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth the salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded just inside the 30. 43 yards on the punt, 7-yard return. And the Bengals will take over here 1st and 10. To get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Well, this defense for the Browns, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
And I think our statistician, we ended up having to bring the blue tent and put it around him for a while because he was developing a hand injury from having to write down all the turnovers this team forced. 5, 6, 7, 8. Absolutely unbelievable. I hope he'll recover.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And I like the idea here. Get the ball in his hands, even if it's in the passing game. 3 catches a week ago, and he does a nice job here to pick up yardage.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Oh, that's into double coverage and intercepted. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. The rookie was trying to push it downfield, but the safety bit him.
And he'll learn that you have to hold the safety. And you do that with your head movement, your eyes, sometimes your shoulders. Hold the safety so that you can get back to the throw that you really want to make. He got so excited thinking his guy was open that he made it easy for the defensive back to go get the football.
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
That was a pretty good job defensively to hold him to a 2-yard run, but I've got to think this offensive line, they're asking their quarterback for a different type of a run, one that they rely on, one they have confidence in, one they feel like they can block.
Off of play action, it's Watson. Swings this out for Hunt. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. That'll move the sticks for the Browns, a gain of 12.
And they'll use him out in the backfield, and sometimes quite a bit. They're just trying to get him touches any way they can. 4 catches a week ago. There's another one right there.
On first down, they'll run with Chubb. And he'll manage to pick up about 4 at second down. The Browns have 1-6 now. They come into this one fresh off the victory last week. They finally snapped that 6-game losing streak.
And you've heard the phrase much-needed win. That was a much-needed win. They needed something to energize that locker room and give them a little sense of purpose. And oftentimes, that sense of purpose and a little relaxation can lead to better performance the following week as well.
And across midfield he goes and into Bengal territory. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Watson on third down. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Trey Hendrickson. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. And on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Taken in at the 22. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. 33 yards is the distance on the punt there. And the Bengals take over 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December early in November, but they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak can have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum going.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Now a deep ball here. Holman just past the 50. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Travis Etienne, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. A good hold in these run conditions. The point after is up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The Cleveland offense ready to go. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Watson now to throw. Throwing over the middle, but it's incomplete.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Well, once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10. Here's Watson. Looking left side, that's caught by Landry. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a first down. Watson. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
I like how they work the tight end on a nice little under route there. And if you're going to give him that much space, he's not going to catch the football. He's going to run away from you a little bit, and that's exactly what he just did there, picking up extra yardage.
After 7-0 on EA Sports. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Watson. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
They go with Chubb on 2nd down. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They'll try to run for the 1st down with Hunt. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
Well, that was big right there because they're in the bottom 5 in the league and converting on 3rd down. They needed that pickup in a big way.
There were 2 things they said they wanted to win in this game. One, the turnover battle, and the second, 3rd down conversions. So they got one there. On 1st down, it's Watson. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
Hey, 31! Alert! Hey, alert!
To throw on 2nd and 10. Watson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front, the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
Hey, 24.
And now we've got flags down. Looked like one of the Browns might have moved. This 3rd down just got even more difficult. 3rd down and 15 after the false start. Handoff up the middle, Hunt. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. Cade York on now for the field goal. From the left hash, this will be a 52-yard attempt. He's got the leg, but it's no good. He missed it right.
Always disappointing when you miss a field goal, but when you're playing against a defense this good, you and I both know that's a crucial miss because you can't afford to leave any points out there. You've got to take them when you can.
Good field position to start the drive after the missed field goal. Here's 1st down from the 42. Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. Open man is Higgins, and he's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. 23 yards for the touchdown. And the Bengals go up by 2 touchdowns. McPherson on for the point after. And it's good to make it 14-0.
Makes the score. Bengals 14. Browns 9.
After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Browns drive about to get started. And this not an easy situation. You're down early in the elements. You're on the road. Looking for Landry, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And the Bengals are going to take possession of the football. And, Charles, that's now 4 interceptions over his last 3 halves of football, because, remember, he threw 3 picks last week.
starting to wonder if maybe defenses and those coordinators have identified something on tape with what he's doing. Maybe a movement, maybe the way he's moving his shoulders. Who knows what it could be? He could have a few tells out there that they're keying in on and allowing defenses to get to the football a little bit faster. People steal signals. Maybe sometimes they can figure out what the quarterback's doing just by his movements.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. And that's going to be caught. T. Higgins. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, he's going to make a play for me. I just need something right here. And
he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Myles Garrett. Credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10. He'll look to throw. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. We always hear a lot of veterans on the defensive side of the football. They talk about smelling blood in the water, putting pressure on a rookie. They got to him there to force it free, but couldn't recover.
And you mentioned the pressure. Rookie quarterback, you're going to bring more pressure at him at all times because you don't know how he's going to hold up. He was fortunate there. Luck was on his side.
And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. Michael Pittman, 38 yards. And the Bengals take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And it's now 21-0. After the touchdown, McPherson on to kick this one away. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds. So really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10 at their own 43. Back to throw, Watson. Going deep here for Landry. And that is incomplete.
Thus far, they have been able to move the line of scrimmage very well in the running game. Almost felt like they said in the huddle, can you guys pass protect? Let's take a big shot downfield. Didn't get it on that one, but they may come back to it again.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson, and he'll be taken down by the Bengal pressure. Trey Hendrickson. That is now 2 sacks for him here in this first half. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll check in with Jonathan Coachman from Orlando. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half of play. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that one's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Well, based on what we've seen so far, I don't think you can even call this an off day anymore, partner, because this group we're watching, they are totally out of rhythm, trying to get their game plan up and running. That 0 on the scoreboard is glaring down at them with every incompletion.
It'll be a net of only 30 here. 40-yard punt, 10 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The Bengals drive about to get going. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared for this? And he talked about the different drills that they've done in adverse conditions, the wet ball drills, things of that nature. He said, I don't think it's going to slow us down much. We tend to handle it pretty well, and he's been right.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. It's a gain of 13, and the Bengals have a 1st down. They'll look to throw. Here's Higgins out on the right side. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. throw again. Throwing right, and that's complete. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now and light a fire under these guys. They got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Looking for Higgins, but it is intercepted. And the Browns are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
A tough adjustment to the NFL throughout his rookie season, and his problem with turnovers is only exacerbated by his early showing today. That's a couple for him here in this first half, and he's cleared the double-digit mark for the entire season.
They begin this drive with Chubb, and he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. Now the Bengals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
What's that? 55. 89. 24 down, he's coming. 59. 59. Got him.
From the end zone, Watson. The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
There's a lot about that play you could easily see coming. Backed up in the shadow of their own goal line, you know they're going to face pressure.
He's lucky his arm was going forward. It was close, but it was going forward.
Yeah, it could have been a safety or even given up a defensive touchdown.
On third down, here's Hunt. And he'll get this only up to about the 3-yard line. The Bengals going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. The Browns send out their punter now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And he's able to get it out of there. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return, and control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Ready, set.
Trying to shake off the interception, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. McPherson's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Mixon will get it to start the second half. And shutting him off, now open field. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Again, it's Mixon. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
On second down, here's Mixon. It's a Bengal first down, a pickup of 11.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Pretty good results here on the first down run as he takes this forward for about 6.
Hey, when you get good yardage like that on first down, it really does a whole lot of good for your entire offense. But I love the way he's finishing those runs. At the end of things, he's making sure he gets just a little bit extra.
Now a turn and a give to Mixon. And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on third down.
That was a particularly nice play because not only was it his job to force the play inside, he was actually able to fold inside himself and make the tackle ultimately. Very nicely done.
And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs. So first and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in for second half blowout material. He'll drop this one down to Mixon. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
Caught that look from you there, partner. I think we're on the same page on that one. Just his first catch. I think we both thought he'd be a little more active in the passing game. Let's see if that's the start of them trying to get the ball to him a little bit more here in the second half.
Open man here is Conklin. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8. It's a really nice 15-yard pickup, and now it's first and goal.
And how nice is it for him to know that when he gets outside the pocket, he's got a reliable tight end he can go to. So he's able to look his way, find his big target, and set up first and goal.
And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. Second and goal.
The yards may start getting a little tougher to come by down here near the goal line. That's good work defensively there on first down, holding them to a short gain.
On second down, a run with Etienne. And that'll move him a little closer as he takes it from the 7 down to the 4-yard line.
Were you as surprised as I was that they actually ran it on second down there? I thought that they would go ahead and throw it in every situation here.
They've thrown for 3 touchdown passes. Now here, I think they probably go back to the air.
Yeah, I think so. But ordinarily, second down is when you run your play fake, your play action, show run, and throw the ball. Now they brought up third down. They'll have to throw it anyway.
A great job to hold him to just a yard there. Now it's fourth and goal. Evan McPherson out for the Bengal field goal. From the right hash and a bit of a tight angle. McPherson's kick is good. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Cleveland offense ready to go. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history. That's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And partner, you know, when that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
The 22 more yards there and another first down. Now the margin on that scoreboard, obviously, for them, it looks daunting. But I don't know, Charles. They're probably not focused on that right now. Maybe just chaining together a positive drive with plays like we just saw, giving themselves something to build on.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. And what they have to be careful of is getting glued to that scoreboard, trying to do too much. Because if you do that, you're all but guaranteed to start making mistakes. Just focus on one play at a time and make each one successful.
Set.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Now it's Watson. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. You know, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. The Browns on 3rd down. They've had their troubles, just 1 for 6. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll fake the handoff. Now Watson eluding the pressure right. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Now Cade York for the extra point. Oh, how about this? No good. Just his 2nd miss of the year, and our score will stay right where it is. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be brought up. And a mistake on the lateral. It's a loose ball. And I think the Browns got it. They did. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. York now for the extra point. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bengals drive about to get going. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball. He's the NFL sack leader coming into the game, and now that's 2 more that he's added to his total.
He wants some separation from spot 1 and 2 in that sack category. The football. 2nd time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold on to the football while being jostled?
From the left side, it's complete. A heck of a play there on 3rd down, but amazingly, they're still short for 4th. Still throwing the football here, even with the big lead.
Yeah, I know you and I came up in a different era, and we think about sportsmanship and all that. Other people think about fantasy points and getting their numbers. That's all they care about right now.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. Yeah, call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10. The Browns drive about to get started. Well, still a long way to go, but trending upward. They scored the last time out, you remember. Then their defense forced the punt. Now they try to inch closer. but still ultimately down 2 scores in the final quarter. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
I'm not even sure I know who this guy is out there playing right now. This is very unlike him, one of the most accurate guys in the league. Totally off his game right now.
I don't know. I was going to ask you what you pin it on, but defensively, they've been pretty solid.
Well, sometimes, you know, those defenders, they get into the receivers pretty well, and if they chip away at their timing, it's going to affect what you're doing throwing the ball as well.
And he's going to have a Browns first down as the tackle made just shy of the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Watson. The Bengal pressure gets him that time. Down he goes. Derek Brown never giving up. He works his way to the QB for a loss of 12. To try again after the sack. Watson, he rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Jesse Bates. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 for a Bengals TD. Well, no surprise to see that one, partner. The league's #1 defense coming through with a huge pick 6.
And it's plays like that one that have made them the most feared group to face this year. Offenses, they're trying to figure out how to work around them rather than work through them. Big-time impact playmakers scattered throughout the unit on every level, and they can change a game at a moment's notice.
Fields this way up at the 17. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Well, I think that the folks here hope that maybe this home atmosphere would carry their guys to a surprise victory, but it does not appear that that's going to be the case. There's too much to handle on the other side in this one. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. First play of the drive going for 14 and a first down. 24. Watson. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
The throw once more on 2nd and 10. Watson, a quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
54.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Forced out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Sam Hubbard drops him for a loss of 14 yards, and it also brings up 4th down. Now the Browns signal for the second of their timeouts. That's going to leave them with just 1 remaining here in this 4th quarter. The Browns send out their punter now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. It'll be just an 18-yard punt, and the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. On 1st and 10, it's Etienne. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll stay on the ground, mixing again. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 56 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. And effective running here. He'll take it down inside the 10. Didn't get to the sticks, but that's an ideal carry there on first down, isn't it?
I mean, now you're 2nd and 1. Although, you know, in the NFL, even if you picked up the first down, I don't think it's a big difference because the clock doesn't stop.
Yeah, not like college.
Right. If it's college football, you want to 2nd and 1 is probably better than picking up the first down because in college football, the clock stops with every first down and actually aids the defense in that situation.
Here we go, shot.
Game in hand, the offense takes the knee. Second and goal from the 6 this time. The Bengals go down to a knee in the victory formation. And now can they reverse the trend on 3rd and goal with the last 2 plays having gone backwards? So he'll take a knee here to wrap this one up, and he's going to want to keep that game ball. He was sensational.
Yeah, it's fun to kneel down in front of your home crowd, but when you go on the road, that band of brothers attitude, right, just us against the world, and get it done, how happy are they?
I remember a coach at a previous stop telling me, you get a win on the road, doesn't matter the opponent, get out of there like you stole something. And they did in this one. So this one in the win column now for the Cincinnati Bengals. And a little bit of a surprise, they lose the turnover battle, but wind up winning the ballgame.
And this is very unusual because you know all teams stress winning the turnover battle as a key indicator to winning ball games. So when you get something that goes against the grain like the one we saw.
Yeah, that my Brooklyn, go see Chirac, Southside, C12, 911, grrr, today, reality, we still outside. Mine on the riches, hard in the trenches. You can't throw dirt on the underground, we thrive in it. Ghana boy stocks on the rise, Charlie, this flex know they ready. See, we don't ride nobody with, we're the ones who started with it. Translation, Yanni had to buy, Yanni had Yanni hits. This goes so hard, even the ops go with it, That's how you know we lit. Grrr,